Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Story Time with Miss Allen. As you can tell, I am back in the story tower. So we've been allowed into the library to start doing some work. The library itself will open on July 1st. We still won't have story time in the story tower though. You'll still have to catch me on video, but you may see me in person working in the library. And when you see me, I will probably be wearing, or I will be wearing, a mask. This one has kitty cats on it. So when you come in the library, you're going to see all the staff members wearing masks, okay? We're going to have our masks on and we're going to have our gloves on. I don't want you to be scared. It's the same, Miss Allen. I'm just wearing a mask, and that's to keep us all safe, okay? Now, when I'm doing story time in the story tower, I'm the only one in here, so I don't have to wear a mask. But I did want you to just know what we're going to look like when we come in the library so that you're not frightened, okay? Alrighty, so before we start with story time today, I have noticed that we have lots of excitement for our summer reading program. If you haven't signed up, you're going to want to do that. Go onto our website, log in, keep track of the books and the minutes that you read with your children, and then they will earn points, which will earn them. They will be able to buy raffle tickets. Starting by the end of this week, the raffle tickets will be ready to go, and you'll be able to buy prizes. Yay! You also can participate in many of our crafts. We have our Discover the Fun and our Take and Make crafts ready to be picked up via curbside. So you just have to email us, let us know how many crafts that you want and which craft do you want. The Discover the Fun is the one that comes after story time, and the Take and Make is more for the older kids, like 6 to 12-year-olds. So that's kind of how you can decide. Please give us an email and let us know what you would like, and we will work on getting those available for curbside for you. Please don't assume that we will have them ready for you the minute you email us. It does take us a little time. Last week we wound up doing 110 crafts, so it takes us a little time to get them organized for you, okay? Alrighty, so this theme for story time this week is fairy tales. And I thought about all the different fairy tales that I could read. And what I decided to do is that we're going to read one fairy tale this Monday and a different fairy tale on Friday. And on Monday, this fairy tale is going to be 3 books of the same fairy tale, okay? So we're going to read 3 different versions, that's what I mean, versions, of Henny Penny Chicken Little, okay? Because fairy tales, since they've been around for a very, very long time, they all get written a little bit differently by each person who writes it. They tend to change it to fit how their life is. So when we read these, you're going to notice a little difference in each one, and we'll kind of talk about those as we go along, okay? And then when we finish, you might want to write your own version of Chicken Little Henny Penny. What do you think? That might be cool. I'd love to see them. You could email them to us or even comment on our Facebook page. I would love to hear your stories. Sure miss you guys, but I love hearing that you're watching story time. Alrighty, so let's get ready. Ready? Everybody ready? Got those listening ears on? Okay. 2 little hands go clap, clap, clap. 2 little feet go tap, tap, tap. 2 little fists go thump, thump, thump. 2 little feet go jump, jump, jump. 1 little child turns round and round, and 1 little child sits quietly down. Good job. You ready? Listening ears are on? Okay, so the first version we're going to read is called Henny Penny. This one is by H. Werner Zimmerman, this version. Alrighty. One day, Henny Penny was eating corn in the farmyard when, whack, an acorn fell on her head. Okay. Oh my, said Henny Penny, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. I must go tell the king. So she went along and she went along and she went along until she met Cocky Locky. Hello, Henny Penny, said Cocky Locky. Where are you going? The sky is falling and I must go tell the king, said Henny Penny. Oh, may I go with you? Asked Cocky Locky. Certainly, said Henny Penny. So they went along and they went along and they went along until they met Ducky Lucky. Hello, Henny Penny and Cocky Locky, said Ducky Lucky. Where are you going? The sky is falling and we must king, said Henny Penny and Cocky Locky. Oh, may I go with you? Asked Ducky Lucky. Certainly, said Henny Penny and Cocky Locky. Do you notice they're all wearing hats on their heads? I think it's more like for protection. Think so? They think the sky is falling. They're protecting themselves, huh? So they went along and they went along and they went along until they met Goosey Lucy. Hello, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky, said Goosey Lucy. Where are you going? The sky is falling. We must go tell the king, said Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky. Oh, may I go with you? Asked Goosey Lucy. Certainly, said Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky. So they went along and they went along and they went along until they met Turkey Lurkey. See all their hats? See the pots and pans or cans even? Hello, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy, said Turkey Lurkey. Where are you going? The sky is falling and we must go tell the king, said Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy. Oh, may I go with you? Asked Turkey Lurkey. Certainly, said Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy. So they went along and they went along and they went along until they met Foxy Loxy. See, he's got a paper bag on his head. Greetings, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey, said Foxy Loxy. Where are you all going? The sky is falling and we must go tell the king, said Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey. You'll never get there in time, said Foxy Loxy. Come with me and I'll show you the shortcut. Should they be trusting Fox? Certainly, said Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey. And they followed Foxy Loxy right into his cave. Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey were never seen again, and no one ever told the king the sky was falling. So in this one, an acorn falls on their head. They all go together. They get tricked by the fox and they get eaten. So there's one version. So we're going to sing a song about chickens, since it's Chicken Little, and then we're going to read another version of Chicken Little, and you'll be able to see the difference. Are you ready? Let me get my... So the song we're going to sing today is to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. Only it's if you're a chicken and you know it. Are you ready to be a chicken? What do you think we could do if we were a chicken? Can we flap our wings? Can you flap your wings like a chicken? That's another thing. So if you are a chicken and you know it, can you bark? Bark, 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 bark. Can you peck like you're eating food? Can you scratch on the ground? And can you fly? Alrighty, so you ready? So first we're gonna flap our wings. Then I think we'll fly, we'll scratch our feet, and we'll go bark, 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 bark. You ready? So flapping your wings, ready? If you're a chicken and you know it, flap your wings. If you're a chicken and you know it, flap your wings. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, flap your wings. Can you fly real high? If you're chicken and you know it, fly real high. If you're chicken and you know it, fly real high. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, fly real high. Very good. Can you peck for food? If you're chicken and you know it, peck for food. If you're chicken and you know it, peck for food. Are you doing it? If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, peck for food. Okay, let's scratch our feet. You ready? If you're chicken and you know it, scratch your feet. If you're chicken and you know it, scratch your feet. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, scratch your feet. Alrighty, last one. You got to bark, 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 bark. You ready? Want to hear it? Okay, here we go. If you're chicken and you know it, bark, bark, bark. If you're chicken and you know it, bak, bak, bak. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're chicken and you know it, bak, bak, bak. Bunches of chickens. Alrighty. So the next version we're going to read is called Prairie Chicken Little. And this one's by Jackie Mims Hopkins. Prairie Chicken Little. So that means out in the grass in the fields, kind of like Montana. We have lots of prairies. So that's a little bit, this one's going to be a little bit different than Henny Penny, which is kind of set in a farmyard in near a fox's hole. This one's set on a prairie. So this is Prairie Chicken Little. Let me back up so you can see all the pictures. Very good. Okay, ready? Do you see buffalo, bison on the range? There we go. Out on the grasslands where bison roam, Mary McBlicken, the prairie chicken, was scratching for her breakfast when all of a sudden she heard a rumbling and a grumbling and a tumbling. So she hears a sound. Oh no, she exclaimed, a stampede's a-coming. I need to hightail it back to the ranch to tell Cowboy Stan and Red Dog Dad. They'll know what to do. So away Mary ran, lickety-split, as fast as her little prairie chicken legs could carry her. On her way to the ranch, Mary came upon Jeffrey Snog, the prairie dog, who was soaking up some sunshine. Good morning to you, barked Jeffrey. No time for good mornings, warned Mary. A stampede's a-coming. How do you know that's so? Asked Jeffrey. I heard a rumbling and a grumbling and a tumbling I did, she said. A stampede? Yes, indeed, said Jeffrey. Come with me to tell Cowboy Stan and Red Dog Dan, hollered Mary. Let's hit the trail, barked Jeffrey, and away the pair ran, lickety-splickety, toward the ranch. Soon they met Bo Grabbit, the jackrabbit, who was nibbling on some sweet grass. Where are you two going in such a hurry? He asked. A stampede's a-coming, said Mary. We're heading to the ranch to tell Cowboy Stan and Red Dog Dan. How do you know that is so? Asked Bo. I heard a rumbling and a grumbling and tumbling I did, said Mary. A stampede? Yes, indeed, said Bo. Come with us to tell Cowboy Stan and Red Dog Dan, hollered Mary. Let's hop to it then, said Bo, and they lit off across the prairie, lickety-splickety, toward the ranch. Before long, the trio came across June Spark, the meadowlark, who was building her nest in the tall prairie grass. What's going on? Asked June. A stampede's a-coming, chorused the trio. How do you know that this is so? Asked June. I heard a rumbling and a grumbling and a tumbling I did, said Mary. A stampede? Yes, indeed, said June. Come with us to tell Cowboy Stan and Red Dog Dan, hollered Mary. What are we waiting for? Chirped June, and away they all flew, lickety-splickety, towards the ranch. Wasn't long before Slim Brody, the sly coyote, spotted them making their way across the prairie. Well, hello there, my fine feathered and furry friends. What's the big rush? A stampede's a-coming. We're headed to the ranch to tell Cowboy Stan and Red Dog Dan, said Mary. It's your lucky day, said Slim. I just happen to know a shortcut. He had no intention of taking them to the ranch. Instead, he led them across the prairie, over a hill, through a pass, around a bend, and down a gully to the entrance of his cave. Sound familiar? What's this? Squawked Mary. This, snarled Slim, is the passage to the shortcut. He flashed a toothy grin and closed in on Mary McBlicken and the others. See his shiny teeth? Do you think that he's going to eat them like in the last story? The fine feathered and furry friends all started clucking and barking and thumping and chirping as loud as they could. Look at the noise they're making. Cowboy Stan and Red Dog Dan heard the ruckus and came a-charging across the prairie towards the den. Dan made a beeline for Slim Brody and chased that coyote, lickety-splickety, far, far away. So he didn't get him. "What's going on?" asked Stan. "A stampede's a-comin'," cried Mary. "Well, how do you know that this is true?" said Stan. But before Mary could open her beak to speak, everyone heard a rumbling and a grumbling and a tumbling. Yes, indeed. "Why, that's not a stampede," said Stan. "That's your stomach. There's only one way to head off a rumbling and a grumbling and a tumbling stomach. You need some grub." So Cowboy Stan cooked him a fine supper for those critters, and that took care of Mary McBlicken's stomach stampede. Lickety-splickety, yes indeed. So quite a difference between this story and this story, but a lot of the same, right? The chicken thinks that something's going wrong. In this case, the sky is falling. In this case, there's a stampede coming. And then they have different animal friends that follow them. And then there's always somebody who's trying to eat them. In this case, they got away. In this case, they didn't. So different ways of telling that same story, right? Alrighty, let's be chickens one more time before our last story. Are you ready? Okay. Flapping our wings, flying high, scratching our feet, pecking for food, and then bucking. Are you ready? Okay. If you're chicken and you know it, flap your wings. If you're chicken and you know it, flap your wings. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, flap your wings. Ready to fly real high? Fly up very high. If you're chicken and you know it, fly up high. If you're chicken and you know it, fly up high. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, fly up high. You ready to peck your food? If you're chicken and you know it, peck your food. If you're chicken and you know it, peck your food. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, peck your food. You scratch your feet. If you're chicken and you know it, scratch your feet. If you're chicken and you know it, scratch your feet. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, scratch your feet. Good job. Last one. You ready to bark? Okay. If you're chicken and you know it, bark, bark, bark. If you're chicken and you know it, bark, bark, bark. If you're chicken and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're chicken and you know it, bark, bark, bark. Alrighty. So our last story is called Chicken Little. This one's really cool. It kind of looks like the movie. It's very cartoony. So this is Chicken Little and his friends, and this is by Rebecca and Ed Emberley. I believe they're father and daughter. Chicken Little. Look at him. Isn't he cute? Big eyes. Chicken Little was not the brightest chicken in the coop. He was very excitable and prone to foolishness. One day he was doing nothing, his usual pastime, when an acorn fell from the sky and hit him on the head. Boink! Eek! It knocked him senseless. "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," he exclaimed. "The sky is falling, the sky is falling. I must run for my life." He grabbed his umbrella to protect his scrambled noggin and ran out into the world without much of a plan. It was not long before he bumped into Henny Penny. "Where are you going in such a rush?" she squawked. "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," Chicken Little panted. "The sky is falling, the sky is falling. We must run for our lives." "Oh my," said Henny Penny, and being witless herself, joined in without further questioning. And off they ran. Still no plan. Within minutes, they ran into Ducky Lucky. Boink! He quacked. "Why are you in such a hurry?" "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," huffed Chicken Little. "The sky is falling and we're running for our lives." Henny Penny could not catch her breath, so she said nothing. Not wanting to be left out, Ducky Lucky joined in and off they ran. And they still had no plan. Momentarily, they ran into Goosey Lucy. Honestly, with names like these, is it any wonder? Buck! Ow! Why don't you watch where you're going, she honked. Oh my goodness, oh my gracious, gasped Chicken Little. The sky is falling and we're running for our lives. What a bother. I'd better come with you. What's the plan? Asked the goose. No time for a plan, they puffed. The sky is falling. And off they ran. As it was growing dark, they ran into, who's that? Turkey Lurkey. Boink. Oops. How dare you, he gobbled. Oh my goodness, oh my gracious, croaked Chicken Little. The sky is falling and we're running for our lives. No time to explain. And off they ran. Soon the anxious little flock grew tired, and they were not used to all this running. Then they ran into Foxy Loxy. Boink, beep, pipe. My, rumbled the fox. Where are these little birdies going at such a frantic pace? Oh my goodness, oh my gracious, gasped Chicken Little, who was not quite out of breath. The sky is falling and we're running for our lives. There's the bad guy who's trying to eat them. Oh my goodness, indeed, said the fox. We must find a place for you to rest. Step into this warm, dark cave where the sky cannot fall on you. What is the cave? His mouth. Without another thought in their tired, feathered heads, oh my gracious, the flock went forward gratefully into the warm, dark cave. Phew, squawked the hen, it stinks in here. And the floor is squishy and wet, said the duck. Uh-oh, gobbled the turkey. Oh no, honked the goose. Phew! Did they all go flying out? They did, there they went. So a totally different ending this time to the story. A lot of the same characters from the first one were in the third one. They were a little goofier this time, and they didn't have a plan. They weren't going to go meet the king, or in the story with the prairie chicken, go tell the sheriff. So you see how the story was the same, but there were important parts that were, or little parts that were changed. So you can do that your own self. You could write your own Chicken Little Henny Penny kind of story. Did you notice Henny Penny was even in the Chicken Little story? That was a cute little twist, huh? So next, on Friday, we're going to do the Three Little Pigs. We're going to read 3 versions of the Three Little Pigs. That will be fun. There'll probably still be 3 little pigs and a wolf. But who knows how different the story is told, huh? Alrighty, so I want to thank you for joining me today. Remember, for all story times in the month of June, your event code is Soar Into Books. 1 word, alrighty? Okay, it's been great having you at story time today. It's been great doing it in the Story Tower, and I will see you on Friday. Are you ready? On my face I have a nose. On my feet I have 10 toes. I have 2 eyes that I can blink. And here's my head so I can think. I have a chin and very near. I have 2 ears so I can hear. I have 2 arms I reach up high. And with my hands I wave goodbye. Bye guys. See you next time.